Keeping the Lights On. August 7, 2014. Dear members of our Away team on Earth, we are happy to assist you with your earthly matters, as we see that they can be very distracting to our grounded Away team. First, we would like to share with you that you are about to have a wonderful surprise. We have seen our Away team suffer under the constraint put upon them by the very Dracs, now disguised as humans, that they fought during the Galactic War. This war, to which Earth humans were completely oblivious, has been resolved in galactic space and moved on to your planet Earth. The Draconians could no longer roam our space and cause us problems, but they did seek a vulnerable planet on which they could continue their domination over others. It is for this reason that we have sent our volunteers from the Ashtar Command to incarnate in physical Earth vessels. Our Away team has become tired of their position and they're unable to assist those who have totally surrendered to their personal slavery of the Draconian domination. It is for this reason that many of our Away team did not choose wealthy lives. They have discovered in former missions to Earth that gaining, having, and managing financial wealth can be a great distraction from their mission. The members of our galactic Away team wearing Earth vessels have tried to create a financial balance in which they have enough money to be comfortable, but not enough to be corruptible. As you have seen, there is a hypnotic effect that the power of money can place into one's consciousness. In fact, we have lost more of our Away team to the lust for money than to actual combat with Earth's many hidden enemies. It is finding the manner in which one can balance their life so that there is enough money for comfort and ease, but not so much that money becomes an obsession. It is when the accumulation of money becomes a primary goal that our Away team falls into the induced trance of the Draconians, Illuminati, and/or the Cabal. These are three different names for the same group. This group is the Guardians for Darkness and Domination. On the other end of Earth's polarized reality are the Keepers of the Light and Love. These two groups will be locked in combat until the two extreme polarities of light and dark can find the center from which they began. This center and within the core of everyone incarnated on Gaia, as well as within Gaia. The battle between dark and light has been waged within the consciousness of Gaia's humans since the fall of Atlantis. We say humans, as that included the forces of dark in human form and the forces of light in human form. What we ask all of you to remember is that even the darkest person holds some light and even the lightest person carries some darkness. This fact is the core of your mission. If all those of light can find, then unconditionally love and transmute their own inner darkness, they will not have any fear of the outer darkness. The initiation that all of our grounded ones must face is not the darkness without, but the darkness within. That darkness is often titled fear in all of its many faces. Fear is the creative force for the darkness and love is the creative force for the light. In order for the merging of polarities to occur, those of light must face and love free of their own inner darkness, which is fear. With this knowledge, the members of our Away team chose the darkness fear that they would incorporate into the Earth vessel they would wear while on their incarnational mission to Earth. Some of our members chose to be what you would call a spy, in that they would be born to live within the reality of one of many Illuminati families. These Illuminati families are the primary carriers of the Draconian DNA on planet Earth. Unfortunately, many of these brave spiritual warriors were lost to death or to the indoctrination that they had to endure while in that life. If you are not aware of the term Illuminati, we offer these links. people.virginia.edu web link. We come to you within your now to inform you that the conflict with the Draconians as relayed through Jackal the Arcturian is still occurring in your daily life. It is not within your now to go into battle, but it is with your now to rescue the myriad aspects of yourself that has been taken from your awareness. Just as Jackal is leading a mission to rescue the people in his community, we ask that each of you go on the mission of rescuing the myriad people that represent your vast, multidimensional self. Life after life you have incarnated into an Earth vessel to assist Gaia. Please remember that your multidimensional self lives within the now of the One. Hence, you have chosen many different timelines into which you have taken an Earth vessel. In some of those timelines, you became overtaken and lost to the darkness. It is one of your tasks in your final incarnations, away missions to Gaia's Earth, to retrieve those fragments of yourself that were once lost and bring them into your own true light and love. Do not be concerned about how you will accomplish that retrieval, for as you begin your transmutation into light body, your frequency will attract all fragments of yourself that have become lost to the darkness. You see, just as your light will transmute your present reality, it will instantly be shared with all the expressions of yourself that have taken an earth vessel in differing locations and timeliness. As Gaia returns to the here of the now, so will all persons, places, and things that have taken a vessel on her planet. We hear you ask, but when will this great harvest of ourself occur? Of course, it will occur within the now. You will find the now within the fifth dimension, and you will find the fifth dimension within yourself. When is a third-dimensional question that has no third-dimensional answer. Instead, learn to ask, at what frequency will this great harvest of self occur? The answer to that question is that it will occur while your consciousness resonates to the fifth dimension and beyond. When your consciousness resonates to the higher frequencies, you have the courage to perceive your wounded self in action. Then, your higher consciousness will embrace that you in order to love it free. Of course, the embracing of your own fear darkness will temporarily lower your consciousness again. Then you will need to remember your multidimensional self and call for assistance. Of course, the galactic and celestial members of your higher expressions of self will answer your cry and come to your rescue. After you have recognized, rescued, fallen into and gained assistance, you will remember that every player in that scenario is you. Once you fully realize that fact, you will enjoy a fulfilling and healing reunion with yourself. This reunion will appear to occur only when the blanket of third-dimensional illusion is removed via your higher consciousness. We, also, happily share with you that from our perspective, there are more and more areas of Gaia's planet that are resonating to the threshold of the fifth dimension. We, the members of your higher dimensional self, applaud your dedication and courage. Within these threshold areas, which we call them, we see our volunteers for Earth duty who have taken human, animal, and etheric bodies to assist in holding the fifth dimensional light. To be a keeper of the light, you do not need to be human. But you do need to be the master over your fear. This mastery does not need to occur in all of your timelines, as you face many different challenges in the many moments of your life. Your mastery is not a time or even a place. Your mastery is a state of being, which is the natural result of fifth-dimensional consciousness. There are, of course, certain times or places in which it is easier for you to maintain that state of consciousness. Therefore, we recommend that you, 1. Forgive yourself for allowing your frequency to drop. 2. Take note of the times, places and activities that expand your life, as well as the times, places and activities that diminish your light. 3. Remember to say to yourself, as well as to every person, place, or situation that drains your light, I love you unconditionally. This simple statement will reset your consciousness into the higher frequencies. We give you this exercise as we have found that when our ones in human garments give their worried self a task to perform, they become distracted from their problems enough to focus on the solutions. We wish to tell you that many changes are occurring on the inner levels of our grounded ones, meaning humanity. Those who are allowing their consciousness to expand beyond the illusion of time will feel these changes on a daily basis. However, those who are still bound to time will likely feel the changes in what they would call later. Of course, there is no time and there is no later, except for within your third-dimensional holographic projection. This holographic projection is beginning to morph and change because so many inhabitants of the hologram are beginning to expand their consciousness beyond the confines of the holographic reality to experience another reality based on truth. This new reality is not new, as it is infinite. It is infinite because it resonates beyond the confines of time and space. We have often spoken about the real world beyond the 3D hologram, but there is something that we have not shared. Do not think that we are about to share shocking news. In fact, we have alluded to this message many times. The difference is that in your now, more of you are able to understand the core of our message rather than the lower emanation of it. As we have said on myriad occasions, the reality you perceive is the reality that you live. What is occurring now is that there is a beautiful harvest of light. If you could see your world from our perspective, you would witness a beautiful light show much as those you might have in a concert. We perceive Gaia's Earth as a living being with different patches of light and darkness. For many eons Gaia's body was primarily in darkness with timelines of light that were eventually snuffed out by the encroaching darkness. What we are seeing now is more and more patches of light beaming out to unconditionally love the patches of darkness. You might wonder how a patch of land could unconditionally love. Hence, we remind you that the planet Gaia is a living being, just as your human body has an immune system to heal parts of your body that are sick or injured. Gaia can use her immune system to heal her planetary body. Gaia's fifth-dimensional patches of light have a great deal of healing ability because they resonate to the power of unconditional love. Therefore, Gaia's patches of darkness are increasingly growing smaller because they are being transmuted, healed, by her light. As our awakened ones are aware, the darkness of fear can only be transmuted with the light of unconditional love. The forces of darkness have continued their fear campaigns and confrontations, but there is a growing majority of humanity that are refusing to participate in their game of illusion. Since third-dimensional Earth is a hologram, everyone, including animals and all of Gaia's creatures, have the ability to participate in altering this hologram. During the long Kali Yuga, Earth was furthest from the golden age of direct light from the multiverse. Hence, darkness was the primary programmer. However, now that Earth is in her golden age, you are in direct alignment with the light of the multiverse. Therefore, you all, that is every creature on Earth, have access to this higher light should you choose to accept it. Before you were within the golden age, you needed to seek out the light, which was often hidden in the darkness. In your now of 2014, you have been in direct alignment with this flow of infinite light for over 2 of your years. We say to you, dear humans who have lived many years in the darkest times of the Kali Yuga, that 2 years is not very long in your measurement of time. Fortunately, the first task of this multidimensional light streaming from the One is to release the illusion of time. You will all cling to this illusion because time has become a habit to which you have structured your life for many incarnations. On the other hand, we observe that many of you are beginning to release the illusion of time and float into your fifth-dimensional, and beyond, expressions of self. We also see how dangerous this can be to your Earth vessel. If you float beyond time while driving a car, crossing the street or cooking at your stove, you could harm your Earth vessel. Hence, we suggest that you put aside certain times in your day in which you can place your Earth vessel safely in a chair and allow yourself to visit your true multidimensional home. This activity is much like giving a child his or her playtime, so that the child can be patient during times of third-dimensional obligations and activities. To our perspective in the higher dimensions, you all appear like racehorses waiting in the gate for the bell to sound so that you can run as fast as you can. You want to run home, but your mother Gaia needs your growing light so that she can return home as well. We know that we are asking a lot of you. Remember, our dear ones, that ascension is not an escape. Ascension is the mission that you volunteered for before you took this incarnation. Yes, not all of humanity volunteered for this mission, but if you find yourself reading this message, you are likely among those volunteers. It is a vital component of your ascension process that you remember that you are the creator of your reality. Therefore, you program into your hologram everything that occurs in your life. We feel your collective resistance to this part of our message, but we remind you that you also programmed your other lives in myriad parallel and alternate realities. Therefore, there are always options. From a 3D perspective, death is a tragedy that creates great sorrow and loss. But, from the perspective of your multidimensional self who programmed your 3D life, death means that you are logging out of the hologram. Also, Confronting death is a powerful initiation that forces you to look deeply into your life to determine what is really important and what is a third-dimensional distraction from your mission. In fact, many of you have programmed a near-death experience into your holographic life when you become too distracted from your true reason for incarnation. In this manner, you can reset your program. Near-death experiences may also occur during a major initiation into a higher expression of yourself. The third dimension teaches you that death is your enemy and you must be the strongest ones to survive. This message primarily occurs in the patches of darkness. When that area transmutes into a higher frequency of light consciousness, the beings of that area begin to realize that third-dimensional life is an illusion, and the life they wish to experience is actually in the higher dimensions of reality. As more and more of you are becoming masters of your energy field, which is your consciousness, you are remembering that you must also be the master of your emotions and thoughts. The thoughts and emotions that you allow to remain in your aura influence your state of consciousness, just as your state or frequency of consciousness influences your thoughts and emotions. When you are trapped in the areas of darkness, it is very difficult to come to that conclusion. Hence, we greatly commend those masters who are assisting Gaia to clear these patches of darkness. Also, once you become master of your energy, you realize that all life is of equal importance. While in the third-dimensional holographic projection, it is easy to believe that only humans are important and the myriad other life forms that share your planet are far beneath you. The truth is that Earth could easily survive, and in fact prosper more, if all humanity would leave. However, without the insignificant insects, the entire ecosystem for Gaia's planet could collapse. It is important for our human ones to remember that they are not in any manner better than any other component of Gaia's immense ecosystem. We are sure that those reading this message are aware that humanity has caused great harm to their home planet and have brought Gaia to the verge of destruction on more occasions than your limited history reveals. Therefore, we remind you that all life on Gaia's body is vital and sacred. Dear human expressions of your great multidimensional self, remember to walk softly on the body of your mother. Send her your unconditional love with your every breath. Remember that your current physical incarnation, which appears so important to you, is a mere fraction of yourself and less than a millisecond of Gaia's time. As you move beyond the limitations of the illusion of time, you also move beyond many illusions that you have held as the truths for myriad incarnations. This expanded awareness of the truth is occurring within you now. Sometimes these truths can tempt you to fall into fear, anger, sorrow, or judgment, which will lower your consciousness. The frequency of your consciousness sets the dimensions of your perceptions, and the reality you perceive is the reality you live. Since we perceive that you wish to live within the higher frequencies of light, we remind you that you are always calibrating your consciousness to the higher dimensions. As you continue your ascension process, you will move out of alignment with the third-dimensional holographic projection of Earth and into alignment with Gaia's true planetary self in the fifth dimension and beyond. In your other ascension lives, all of you, even those who are now lost in darkness, have had ascension experiences. Ascension does not make you a saint. Ascension merely means that you have returned your consciousness to the frequencies of your multidimensional self that resonate above the illusions of the third-fourth dimensional realities. What is different in your present timeline is that the third-fourth dimensional holographic projection of Earth is closing. Gaia and all her inhabitants are returning to their true multidimensional self. Those who wish to take on a physical form to study at a planetary school of cause and effect will need to log into a different planet. Those humans who do not feel complete with their lessons of cause and effect will simply shift from Gaia's holographic projection to another planetary holographic projection to complete their education. There is no judgment by an outer source, as the concept outer sources is a third-dimensional illusion. In fact, the concept of judgment is also a third-dimensional illusion. While you are still feeling trapped in third-dimensional illusion, you will not be able to understand this message. Nevertheless, the egg that has encased you as your embryo self is cracking, and you are emerging into a new version of reality. You may question whether or not our message is real. This act of beginning to question your world will open windows in your mind that allow the ever-expanding light to shine into your consciousness. In closing, we remind you to withdraw all attention from that which you do not want to manifest. Meanwhile, remember to recognize and send gratitude to the everyday miracles that are increasingly blessing your life. Blessings be to our ascending ones. We will keep the light on while we await your return. The Arcturians. Channeled by Suzanne Lee. SuzanneLeePhD.blogspot.com